Hi, welcome to Rich Man Poor Tech. Smart speakers are all well and good, but there can be so much more. And this is where the Google Nest Hub Max comes in. Now, if you're interested in smart speakers, smart tech, and you want to know more, then this is the video for you. Plus, I'll also correct some of the misleading information that I've seen on some of the other videos on YouTube about the Google Nest Hub Max. So why the Google Nest Hub Max and not just, say, a Nest Audio speaker, for example? Well, the obvious answer is the 10-inch screen. Okay then, video over. Well, not quite, because there's more than just the screen, and I'll get into that in a bit. But first, let's go on about the design. So the screen is just like a 10-inch iPad stuck onto a speaker in landscape mode, taking up a shallow footprint on your countertop or your shelf. There's no tilt adjustment, there's no angle adjustment on the screen. Now, the quality of the screen is good. It's nice and bright, very crisp and clear, and the whole unit feels premium and well put together. Now, I don't know about you, but I like its sleek, minimalistic design with no power buttons, as they are designed to be left on all the time. Now, there is just a camera and mic button here, or switch on the back here. Now, I wish the camera did have a camera cover like on this Echo Show, but it doesn't. What it does have is a volume selector also on the side here, which is pointless. So why do I say pointless? Well, because you can use your voice to change the volume. You can also swipe up from the bottom. So why have a physical button distracting from the clear design? Now, okay, this button does double as a reset for the device, but that could have quite easily been on a switch on the bottom under the base. Now, it's available in chalk, which is this colour, or in this charcoal grey that I've got here. Either one of them, whichever one you get, you do have a white frame surround around the front of the screen, so that doesn't change. But tell me which colour you would prefer. So, why have a screen at all and not just, say, a Nest Audio speaker? Now, I'll go over the Nest Audio speaker in a separate video to this one, so I'll put a link to that at the end of this one. But when you have a screen, you do have a few advantages, which I'll get into now. First off, music. It lets you know the song you're listening to, and on Spotify you also see the lyrics to the sing-along to the song as well. And in this digital world of no album covers and streaming music, you can also have artwork displayed here on the screen, which is a more involving process. Now, it also allows you to stream music from Apple Music or YouTube Music, by the way, and also Bluetooth from your phone or computer. But it's when you start using the smart speaker for smart home use that the real advantages begin to show through. If you have a Nest video doorbell, for example, then it works with the Nest Hub Max, and you get to see a video feed on the screen. Now, note, it doesn't work with a Ring doorbell, a bit of a Google Nest Amazon Echo spat going on here. And it also applies the other way around, so no Google Nest doorbell on the Echo, by the way. Now, you can watch streaming channels like Disney Plus or Netflix on the screen. Not that I would, but what I would view is YouTube. When you ask the device for something like a recipe, for instance, then you can cook along to that video, see demonstrations, set visual timers, and see all the ingredients without having to re-ask for them. Now, obviously not just cooking videos, but anything on YouTube, like Rich Man Poor Tech videos, for example. So best subscribe and hit that like button while you're at it. Go on, it really does help me make more videos like this one. The information that is displayed on the screen, like weather, date, your lists like shopping lists and calendars, which can also pair with your phone and make your smart speaker easy to live with. And the moving visual photos that you have here on the front is a nice piece of art in the corner of your room when it's not being used. Now, it can also display your own photos as well, if that's what you want. When using it as a smart home, apps like Dyson's Air Purifier or Philips Hue or Taylor, for example, these are a lot easier to see and control than with just a smart speaker alone. And don't forget, this also has all the other great advantages that you find in just a Nest smart speaker anyway. But with a screen, it just adds more. The ability to get a display of each room and the functions available for easy control just makes your life easier. Well, most of this also applies to the smaller and cheaper Hub 2nd Gen, and if that's all you want, then that makes a good choice as well. But talking of prices, as always, check out my links to the current prices, as prices do fluctuate quite often, especially over holiday times and Black Friday, for example. But there's also another trick up the sleeve of this Google Nest Hub Max, and probably the function that moves it into the next decade of smart speakers over something like, say, a Nest Audio or the smaller Hub 2. And that is the inbuilt camera that it has here, a very clever clear camera, which also has the following mode that can follow you around the room. It can zoom in closer or zoom out wider to put you, or to keep you, in the frame. Now don't worry if you have a room and you want to hide a corner of this, you can actually turn that function off. Now the ability to make free internet calls is great. Okay, we've seen it before on things like Skype and FaceTime on iPhones, and with this camera on the Nest Hub Max it uses duo calling, or you can also use Zoom calls, and we all know the advantages of that over the last few years. Now I know I can have duo calling on a phone or my laptop, but what makes it more useful on a device like this is just its usability. Now you can have it in a room like your lounge, kitchen or dining room, and then when someone video calls you, or if you want to call someone like your family for free, then it's just there. You don't have to hold it up or move it about, as it will follow you. Now if someone joins you, then the shot widens to allow you both in, so no both trying to squeeze just in front of that camera space. You don't have to wait to boot up your PC, your Mac, you don't have to rig up that power supply to your battery failing laptop. The ability to voice call hands-free, like in those futuristic films, is now a total reality, but that's not it at all. The camera can also work as a security camera and notify you, let you see if your pet is okay or if your baby is asleep in another room, for instance. It can also work with cameras like TP-Link cameras as well, so that also makes it great as a screen for a baby monitor. Now, if you're worried about being viewed when you don't want to be, you can slide this button to turn off the camera and the mic. And unlike some of the other videos that I have seen on YouTube about the Hub Max, yes, you can leave the mic on and turn off that camera. But you don't do it with the button here on the back, you do it from swiping up from the bottom and then selecting this camera icon on the switch. Now you also have a tail light, so I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but mine is on orange. So this tells you when your camera is on, or if you're in a voice call then it will show up as blue. But I do actually prefer the Echo Show's ability to slide a physical blanking plate over the camera. Now again, this camera offers some more science fiction futuristic film ideas that are available to you today. One of those being hand gestures. If you have dirty hands, for example from cooking, or even say you're on a mobile call and you want to stop the video or the music or the Google Assistants from talking, you just hold up your hand like this, and as if you were shushing it, and it will pause it. To resume, you hold it up again and it will resume again. Now with the camera you also have the ability just to look at the device and talk, rather than using the wait word OK Google. That is if you set it up in the app that way. Now I personally chose not to do this and I use the wait word. Now you can also join it to another Nest speaker to have multi-room or multi-speaker music. Although talking of speakers, although the speaker quality is good and better than the Hub 2nd Gen by the way, I have obviously heard better speakers, and the bass is a little thin straight out of the box, but I'm sure you'd expect that from a little speaker anyway. You can adjust the EQ, the bass and the treble on the app to help getting it to sound the way you like it. Now it's not the only smart speaker with a screen. Echo also do the Echo Show, but if you're into Google's ecosystem with items like the Nest Video Doorbell and features mentioned, then the Hub Max with its 10-inch screen makes a great choice. So what do you think? For more smart home tech, check out one of these links, and thanks for watching. Cheers!